Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. Luke Asack. Hello and welcome to a very special edition of Talkin' Tunes. I am your host, Frank Walsh. Thanks for tuning in today. And when I say special, I mean special because we have one of the backbones of the Talkin' Tunes show. You normally don't see him in front of the camera. He is always behind it, either running the cameras, pushing the buttons, and as I always say, Luke in the booth, making us look and sound pretty. Little did I know until fairly recently, Luke is quite the singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, say that 10 times fast, and also has some very interesting stories. So I am very excited to have my producer, my friend, my director, Mr. Luke Asack. Luke.
Thank you for having me on.
This is an
honor and a pleasure.
I tell you, I was stunned when we started talking a month or so ago, and I said, let's do a show, and you just jumped at it.
Yeah, I don't wait.
So, how have I been doing so far?
Pretty good.
Okay, I always have to check in, I always have to check in with you.
Yeah, this is your top 5.
But thank you so much for being on, and I'm sure that we're going to have a lot to talk about, but why don't we kind of wind back the clock a little bit, because as I said, I did not know that you played a bunch of instruments. I knew you dabbled around with the guitar. I know you played with a couple of things, but I guess there's a lot more behind that than we know. So not only are you at home going to learn about Luke today, I am as well. So Luke, pick a starting point and talk about, your background a little bit, how you get into the music, and pick a starting point and go from there.
So I've always been interested in music. My dad played guitar when I was a kid.
Okay.
My uncle was actually a pretty well-known musician in the
Really?
area.
What's his name?
John Surratt. I don't know if you know Boy's Life or the De Niro's.
The name rings a bell, but not
He's been around. I'm sure you've seen
really.
him.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. But yeah, so I grew up just around music, and so first thing I did was pick an instrument, which was actually the drums when I was
Okay.
10 or 12.
Why the drums?
I think because everybody played guitar, I was like, they need a drummer.
Okay.
So I'll learn drums. But then you have to find a guitar player. You can't really play out alone on the drums that often. There's like
Right.
2 songs.
Right.
And they're both by Queen. So you're limited.
Tell Buddy Rich and
Yes.
Gene Krupa that, right?
Exactly. So then I switched to guitar, played that most of my childhood. But
Did it come natural to you?
no.
No, you had to work at it.
I had to work at it. I
Yeah.
played. My brother gave me his old acoustic, and it had the heaviest strings ever.
Really?
Yeah, it was terrible to play. And he's like, no, you gotta learn on it. Because
Okay.
then once you get your own guitar, you'll be fine.
What kind of music were you learning? What was your flavor at the time?
A lot of the British Invasion.
Because you're what, a 70s child? 80s? You're probably an 80s child?
I
90s?
am 93.
93, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so I listened not in my time zone.
Okay, all right.
I was listening to a lot of the Kinks, the Beatles,
Yeah.
the British Invasion.
60s and 70s, a lot of
Yes.
60s from that. Great.
Yes. Yeah, and I liked 90s stuff. There's Nirvana was great, and I listened to across the spectrum, but I feel like that classic rock era was where I kind of sat in, and indie rock like the Arctic Monkeys, the Kooks.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, you were learning on acoustic. How easy was it to make the transition from acoustic to electric?
It's a tough question because playing electric and acoustic, they're the same instrument.
Right,
So
right.
in a lot of ways, it's easy to transfer over. But there's a difference between an acoustic player and an electric player.
Explain.
To sit down with an electric guitar and play out the chords, it won't sound quite right. You won't hit it the right way.
Okay.
You solo very differently acoustic to electric. But they're the same. It's like a fiddle and a violin.
Okay.
Right? They're the same instrument.
Right.
But if you had a classical violinist sit down and play your
Right.
wagon wheel, it's not going to sound quite right.
Okay, I
So-
can see that.
That was the tough transition.
So when did you started playing at what age? What age did you start playing?
I was probably 13 to 15
Okay.
in that range. Yeah.
And then what happened from there? You started playing. Did you decide that you wanted to stick with it? Did you put it down for a while, or what was the progression?
I never put down guitar, but I would come to a thing where I'm like, I want to cover this song.
Okay.
But it doesn't, it sounds empty with just guitar. So I kind of want to add a little drums. So
Okay.
I learned to play a little bit of drums. And I was like, okay, this is cool. Could really use some bass. So I learned a
Okay.
little bass.
Okay.
And as I'm going, I'm finding more songs where I'm like, I could play everything but bass on this. So I'm going to cover this song
Okay.
until I'm good enough to play the bass on it.
Okay.
And then I just kind of kept pushing myself. And so when I found an instrument I felt like was challenging, like the banjo, I'm like, I got to learn the banjo. Because what if I sit down at a blues thing and they're like, all we got is a banjo? I'm like, that's fine.
Wow. So you can comfortably play all of those things.
It's obviously a range.
Right.
Like guitar, I feel like I could sit down with most bands and play what I need to play.
Okay.
Everything else, it's more like you give me time to learn the song and you keep it simple, I can fill in.
Cool. Now, as far as speaking of bands, did you join a band when you were younger? At what point did you get into a band, or did you?
I never really played with my own band. I was a lot of I don't know if you know the School of Rock that has a bunch of different.
School of Rock? Yeah.
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 So I played with the Watertown
Okay.
section for a while, and that really helped me learn to play with other people. Stoughton Music Center, which is the local
Right,
one.
yep.
I don't know if they still do it, but they did when I was in high school, and that was a great way to really play out and feel local scenes, and it was
Right.
that's where I got most of my band experience from.
Yeah, I'll give a little plug to Stoughton Music. I remember I was involved in a opiate awareness fundraiser, and they donated a guitar
Oh, that's
to the
awesome.
cause. Stoughton Music, yeah, about
Yeah,
6,
they're
7
great.
years ago.
Yeah, I
They were
took
great
most of
guys
my
there.
lessons there. I've taken guitar, violin, which I can't play, piano, and vocal lessons there.
Yeah.
And anyone who takes lessons will tell you the first few months/years is when you want lessons.
It's when what?
When you want the
when
lessons.
you want the lesson. Okay.
That's when you're building your habits. That's when you're learning how to hold the instrument. You know, once you got that stuff down, you can watch videos on YouTube.
Right.
But you're going to save yourself 5 years if you just go to somewhere like Stoughton Music Center and just find somebody who can teach you literally how to play it. Then you can get your style on your own.
Were you emulating anyone's style? Was there anyone in particular? Let's say when you were playing the guitar, like I want to play like I want to be Clapton. I want to be, you know.
Yeah.
Anybody in particular that you might have modeled yourself after or emulated?
I feel like, you know, you always want to sound like the song. So when I'm playing Clapton, I want to sound like Clapton. But Dave Davies is definitely, or Dave Davis,
Kinks?
however you say it.
Yeah, from the Kinks.
He's one of the most underappreciated guitar players.
Yeah. Dave and Ray, both of them. I mean,
yeah,
the whole
and
group.
one of the best
They're
writers.
Very, very talented.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very talented stuff. Now I'm going to be singing Superman in my head all day.
I want to live like Superman.
There was a gas strike, a lolly strike. I'll be singing that all day now. So did you get into a band at all? Did you ever get into a band? And when did you start saying, you know what, this is what I want to do, take it to a next level? Was there a point like that you wanted to bring it to a next level? Or have you gotten to that point yet?
Well, it's actually kind of funny because in high school I was playing a lot on my own. In college I went for videography.
Okay.
But my brother opened a studio and I kind of became his videographer. And I saw the best musicians I've ever seen in my life.
Who's that?
Everyone who walks in.
Okay.
The violin players, the drum players. Like there was this one guy, my brother was doing a session. And he was like, you know, it needs a little bit of a punch. I'm going to kick it up just like 2 beats per second.
Okay.
Or beats per minute. And so he just kicks it up a little bit. And the drummer just goes, sorry, guys, sorry, I lost it. I lost the beat. I don't know what happened. Can we restart?
Okay.
He was so good.
Really?
He caught 2 beats per minute.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's humbling to sit in a room where everyone who walks in is one of the best at their field. And you just go, it's like the Dunning-Kruger effect. You suddenly go, oh, I don't know anything. Like, I will never be that good. But you just keep working, and eventually, and it's very recently, I'm like, actually, you know what? I'm not bad at this. I feel like my skill has reached where I think I am. Just not great, but I finally know where I am.
Okay. Now, when you play a song, do you have it memorized? Do you read the music? You read music, or you just play it?
I have a really bad memory.
Okay.
And I prefer, especially, well, you saw me play one song earlier.
Yep.
But when I'm playing...
And they're still watching, by the way. They haven't turned the dial yet.
Exactly. For the 3 of you left.
Right.
When I play, I like to kind of do a lot. So I'm doing a kick drum, I'm doing tambourine, I'm playing guitar. And then trying to remember all the chords to a bunch of songs. It's hard unless you kind of have a set you're playing every day.
Right.
And I just get bored too quickly.
How much ad-libbing do you do? Do you ad-lib at all? Do you just pick it up and say, you know, and you just start doodling and noodling? And do you do a lot of ad-libbing? Or if you're playing a song and say, you know what, I'm going to put a little different spin on this?
When I'm playing out, I try not to because I'm a little too nervous to.
Okay.
But when I'm at home, I love just playing. Like I have a loop pedal. I love figuring out a little chord progression, looping it, and I'll solo for like 20 minutes and not even realize how long it's been. It's actually how I write a lot of my songs. It's just kind of noodling and coming up, and then eventually I'm like, oh, that's a kind of cool thing. I'll record that on my phone and then listen back.
When did you start writing stuff?
I feel like I started writing pretty early. There is a song I recorded when I was young that my family still haunts me with.
Really?
That they play, yeah.
What kind of a song? Folky, jazz, rock and roll? What is it?
It was very pop bubblegum type, like...
the Archies?
Yeah. Or like, what is it, 1, 2, 3, red light?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, when you're really young, that's the kind of stuff your parents show you.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you ever get out and play with your father or get out and play with your family members who were really good? Have you ever done anything with them?
So my brother, as I mentioned, he's a musician and a producer and stuff. We had a couple people who needed a backup band. And so, you know, we could call them the best of the best. There are some where it's like, guitar player called out, we need someone who knows the songs.
Right.
Can you play? So I've gotten to play a couple of those. My brother, when he released his album, did a concert and I played one of the songs with him.
Nice.
So yeah, we've gotten to do a few things together. Cool. Hopefully more. I'm hoping him and I can start playing out and stuff.
Well, your career is going right into the tubes after this show. So, you know, you have nowhere to go but down from here, you know?
Very fair.
But anyway, Let's talk about your technical skills. When did you start getting into your technical side? Because that's pretty much what I knew you as until fairly recently. Have you always been a technical kind of a guy, and where did that come from?
So on the video side, I was always the technical guy. But when I was working as the video guy at the studio, a lot of times I'd be in there editing, and then some band would come in. Hey, can you help me set up the drum set? There's like 20 mics. I don't
Where
want to do.
were you doing that? You know, like
Quincy.
in the studios in Quincy?
It's Keep the Edge Studios in Quincy.
Okay.
Which, you do know the Santander Bank in Quincy Center?
Yep.
It was the basement.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd go into the basement. There's this rock band that used to upset the bankers because we were
Okay.
too loud. It was nice. It was very rock and roll.
Cool. So you know, because how did you get into into the cable world? Like you've been here. How long have you been here? You've been here for how long?
About 5 years,
5
I think, maybe
years.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you doing before that? As far as would you have any professional background in that, other than what you had just said?
Yeah, just freelance videography. I was doing mostly music videos. A lot of EPKs, electronic press kits, which for any bands at home, make EPKs.
Okay.
Little videos with some interviews, some live performance, something to show to people. That was one of the big things whenever like a manager came in. They wanted an EPK.
That's what we had done a couple of those here. I don't know if they were called EPKs, but we did a few promo videos for bands. And, one in particular that struck me was Bees Deluxe. When they came in here. I did a little snippet for them, and Conrad called me up a few days later and said that they got 4 gigs.
See?
Just from what they had seen here.
Yeah.
That they got 4 gigs.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do with yourself as far as music? You want to go professional on that? I certainly know you want to go professional on a technical standpoint. So throw a question out of that. And where do you want to take these two things, and how do they blend together?
My dream job is honestly a guitar player for a band.
Okay.
You tell me what to play. I learn the songs. I show up and play them.
Okay.
Not sure I'm good enough for that.
Okay.
But if I take charge and I'm the one doing all the other work, maybe I could make a career out of it. That's kind of where I see I am.
Do you have friends whom you could do that with? I mean, you certainly met a lot of people here over the last 5 years.
That's very true.
Have you any ideas of I want to play with him, I want to play with him, I want to play with him?
Yes, I definitely have a few friends that are, insanely good, listen to the same music, and, would make a good fit, but everybody's really busy now. So it's also like, am I going to make it further if I am out there grinding more? Mm-hmm. Or will I make it further if I have the people to back me up and actually make me sound better?
Right.
So it's that balance of, how much can you ask of other people?
Right.
Because it would be our band and not me.
Right.
But still to be like, I think we're good enough to make it, come with me and take this risk.
Right.
Versus me just being like, hey, if it doesn't work out, I'm the only one who's suffered.
Well, I'm going to, you threw a little curveball at me saying that, you've been practicing your Mount Rushmore.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm going to jump in here and throw a little curveball at you. Instead of who's on your Mount Rushmore, put a band together. Put a 5-piece band together. Who would you want to have playing in your 5-piece band?
George Washington on guitar, Jefferson on bass. Did I mix the questions?
Touche. Go ahead. Who would you want to put a band together?
That is a tough question. You did throw me a curveball.
I threw you a curveball. Who's going to play guitar for you?
See, it's tough because I want to say Dave Davies.
Okay.
Especially because he's good at blending into the background.
All right.
So there's a lot of people you can kind of are maybe better guitar players, but won't.
It's your choice, your band. Who's going to play the drums?
The drums. I mean, is there anyone better than Ringo on a technical level?
I was just going to say, he's going to say Ringo.
No one, he never messed up. He was the only musician. They take a take and be like, well, Ringo was good.
All right. Bass?
Is it too obvious to go Entwistle?
Your band.
I might go Entwistle.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
I was thinking more jazzy. I was thinking like, Nathan East or somebody like that.
Ooh.
Good jazz stuff.
Yeah.
Nathan East, people like that.
If I'm going jazzy, though, my drummer might be Sheila E.
Sheila E. Okay.
Yeah.
A little Prince influence there. Okay. You throw a horn in there. Who would you want blowing a horn?
I don't know if I know a good horn. You know what I'd want? I don't know his name, but the sax player from the Waterboys.
Okay. The Waterboys, yep.
It takes a genius to name a song Trumpets and then have 90% of it the saxophone.
Okay.
that guy, you know he's good enough to carry the song.
Harmonica player, throw a harmonica player in there.
I'm not sure I know harmonica players that well.
Really?
Yeah.
Jason Ritchie,
Absolutely. I'd put
best
him up
in the
there.
generation. Walter Trout's guitarist. There are a lot of good harmonica players. I can't think of it. Anyway, there are a lot of them.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pretty good band.
Yeah, I'd go see them live.
Yeah. So speaking of band and speaking of live, why don't we take a little couple of minutes and let's hear the people hear a little bit more of music.
Awesome. Sounds
And then
good.
we'll come back and we'll go from there.
Cool.
So, ladies and gentlemen, sit back once again and listen to Mr. Lou Asack.
Yeah, I think that should be the vocal mic.
Oh, the vocal mic. The
Yeah.
picture doesn't matter then.
Like, it should be on the vocals. I think Caleb's coming to look at it.
Okay, but the video is not showing up here, right?
It should, yeah.
Because it's not centered. It's just it was way off.
Oh. This is another original song called My Baby. a while. Once goes a kid, sit down, like a friend of mine. Once in a while,
Yeah. Nicely done.
Thank you. Great song. But this is Another New World. Leading lights of the age all wondered amongst themselves what I would do next. After all that I found in my travels around the world, was there anything left? Gentlemen, I said, I've studied the maps, and if what I'm thinking is right, there's another new world at the top of the world for whoever can break through the eyes. I looked round the room where I once had, and I saw they wanted to leave. So I said all I got of my guts and my God, then I paused. Annabelle, so there I shot.
I smile in my sleep, thinking Annabelle is finally making it to another new world.
Wow. Good way to finish, man. Lukey,
Thank you.
I bet you surprised a lot of people out there, man. You
Yeah, I
surprised
hope so.
surprised the hell out of me.
I'm glad.
But now we started talking earlier. We touched upon your stay here and your technical
Yes.
stuff here. Pick a starting point and talk a little bit more about your technical stuff. And I think you want to talk a little bit about something before you came here and dig a little bit deeper into the technical skills if you want. So
Sure.
go from there.
Yeah, so I started here, about 5 years ago, which was really nice because it was the freelance. You just kind of whatever you need, you get it done.
Right.
Here, you're learning more the actual structure of how things are done, and you have kind of this system. You have to work with other people in certain ways, which is actually a lot like a band. You can't
Okay.
do everything and
Right,
yell
right.
at people. You got to trust that they are, know what they're doing and they're good at their jobs.
Right.
It's very similar. So it's nice to dig more into like when you bring the bands in here. I'm used to having every mic you can choose from, so you have the right mic for
Right,
each instrument.
right.
Here it's more how can I make it sound great with the stuff we have. So it gives you more of that like gritty experience where 80% of the job is something went wrong. How do we fix it?
Okay. How easy was it, when you were coming in here, making that transition? How easy was it to come in and to do that? I mean, you make it look so easier, and to give you another plug, when I say that you're the backbone of this show, I sincerely mean that.
Thank you.
I've been here for 15 years. I've done 600 shows over 15 years. And
Can we just right quick?
no,
Thank you.
But
No,
and-
genuinely,
and
that is an
genuinely.
incredible achievement.
But but since in the past, I would have to come in, set up the stage, get my own chairs, set up the mics, get everything ready that I needed to get ready, do a lot of the stuff that you did, and we did a lot of it over here. We did it on the green screen, and then you shifted it over to there and added a whole new look onto it, and it's almost embarrassing to me when I make the comparison of what it was to what it is. And I owe a lot of that comfort and I owe a lot of the success to this show to you.
Thank you.
And I say that sincerely. I really do.
That means a lot.
And as a tangent to that, the other people who have been in the booth and push the buttons and all that other stuff. But you make it so darn easy. Now, that's probably the last time I'm ever going to compliment you because
Good,
no,
'cause I
but
can only take you
I'm
once.
dead serious. I didn't want to get too
No.
because this is a big part of my life,
Yeah.
and you make it very special. And I want to thank you in front of everybody for that.
Thank you. That means a lot. And that's kind of why I like this job more than anything. Because you don't pay to come here. This isn't like we make money.
Yeah,
if
I don't
you do
make any
good.
money. I make friends. That's my motto.
Yeah. So our whole goal is when people come in here to one, enjoy the experience as much as they can, and to get the best possible product they can.
And I think they do.
We try. And
you know?
honestly, I will every step of the way, I'm going to say it could be better. Because
I'm
it
sure.
could, but also
Right.
you don't want to get complacent.
Right.
You always want to push yourself.
And we don't brag about it, but this studio has won a lot of awards
Yes.
over the years.
Yeah.
We won a lot of awards. Our sports show, the shows win a lot of awards.
Yeah.
And the show gets recognized. All these shows, some of them get recognized nationally.
Yeah.
And with some of the guests that we've had on this show, internationally.
Yes.
So,
And it's been amazing. One of the best things of working, different jobs and kind of being able to do different, things inside the same field
Right.
is the people you meet.
Yep.
And it's crazy some of the people we've gotten to meet on this show.
Amen. Yep.
I still laugh at Two Suits Capone coming on here and being
Jimmy.
like, so me and Frank were over, you know Frank. Me and Frank, and it's like,
Yeah.
it's so cool to
Sinatra,
get to meet.
yeah. Right.
It's so cool to get to meet these people who have
Yeah.
these experiences and just,
Right.
and this show has really been one of those things. It's been really cool to meet these
Yeah,
people.
and I know it means a lot to you, and I think and look at the studio audiences that we've had,
Yes.
coming in. Like I said that you were going to be on here today.
Yeah.
I told everybody we have almost a dozen people in the studio just to come and see you.
Yeah.
They wanted to see you.
I'm not nervous at all.
Nah.
I mean, I already played.
No. Let me scrape some of this sugar off my arm here. But on a serious note, if you were to make any changes around here, I mean, you know, let's say that I gave you a blank check and say, Luke, do whatever you want around here. What would you change? What would you fix? What would you do to improve the place?
Studio or the show?
Pick one. Either one.
Honestly, this is something I've been thinking about, because one thing I'd love to do is take a show like this that I think does really well locally but has a much broader appeal, and really invest in, like, you know, having a real set pieces so that you know, it feels a little bit better and it looks better, have the stage a little bit nicer, actually have it like up on a stage, maybe a moving camera to give a little bit of depth. Like, I would want to pick a show, get it as best as I possibly can. Then if a band wants to come in and do a show, we've got it set up.
Right.
So it's not just for
and
the
bands
show.
want to do a show. I have actually had to turn down bands, like full bands who want to come in.
Yeah.
And they have, like, how many in your band? Oh, 6, 7. A little bit too much.
Yeah.
I try to keep it to 5. We can manage 5.
Right.
But there have been others that have, you know, wanted to come on. You know, recently from the Boston Blues Challenge, 2 of the bands wanted to come on. One of them has like 7.
Yeah, that
You
would
know,
be a little tough.
It's tough. So
even with 5 people, I remember we had to mic one of the drum kits with the lavalier mics.
Right.
Because we're running low on microphones.
Right.
So yeah, being able to accompany a 7-piece band in here, like, is possible.
Right.
It's just because I like music. That's why I'd want to do it. You know.
Right. Were you here when they changed some of the sound system?
I don't think I was. I think it was just before.
You know Skippy Fisher?
Oh, yes, the drummer. Yes.
Yeah, Skippy came in. Skippy was on, this goes back probably 10 years, 12 years ago. He came on, and I remember the first time that he walked in. He's a real techie guy. He's as techie can be. He came walking in there. We started the sound, and all of a sudden he's looking around. He says, fix this, do that, do this. He's in the booth. He took over the place. Long story short, as a result of his suggestions, the stuff that we have, these speakers and the stuff played back in the studio, is because of Skippy Fisher.
Oh, wow.
He came in and redesigned the sound. And they said, let's do it. Because we didn't have the in-studio stuff the way that we have now. So
Yeah.
whatever the technical stuff that they did, you know, they made it sound the way that it is.
That's cool.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a techie for you.
Absolutely.
They
And
can't help
that's kind of
themselves.
like you. It sounds a little bit like you.
Yeah, I've been that guy in the booth where I've been like,
Yeah.
can I just sit down and do this? I remember this
Right.
one project, we're trying to match a vocal that came in later, just so it sounded like it was recorded at the
Okay,
same
yeah.
time. And it sounded fine. But I could just hear, like, where it needed to change.
You
So I'm
threw
like,
some,
"Can I
you
just sit
throw
down?"
reverb in there every once in a while, and
Yep.
you play around with it.
Yeah, with these things, I always try to throw a compressor on everything. I EQ a little bit, and then, yeah, at the end, I just throw a light reverb just to give it body.
I think I told you, but I'll say it because Eileen is in the audience today. The video that we did with Eileen, the 2
Yes.
videos, made it to the finals of the International Singer-Songwriter Association.
Yeah.
And they were produced right here at SMAC.
Can we get one more? She is here. Can we get
That's
one
for
more?
Eileen. She's
Thank
in the studio.
Yeah?
But, you know, you were behind that. I mean, you know, you were behind that.
I was physically behind
You
it.
physically behind it.
Right.
You created the scene. You created everything behind it. You know, Eileen did the work. I did the cameras, and we made it to the ISSA.
Yeah, video work is one of those things where I don't think the video added too much to it, but it would have taken away if it was bad.
Correct.
You know, a bad quality video, it's
Correct.
hard to watch.
Correct.
Not having to focus on the video,
Yeah.
now you can actually listen to the music and
Right.
you know, you can pay attention.
Right.
So yeah, I'm glad that went well.
Right. One other quick thing before we start, you know, taking it down the line quicker. Talk about your singer and your songwriting and your influences. And is there anyone whom you emulate or anyone you say, boy, I wish I could write like him, he, she, her, it?
It's a long list, but to me, maybe the best songwriter of all time is Warren Zevon.
He's right up there.
Yeah, he's got these songs that are funny and you're laughing, and then you take a step back and you go, this is depressing.
Absolutely. And yeah, you listen to the like Excitable Boy.
Yeah.
Listen to Excitable Boy, you realize that, and you say, what the hell am I listening to here?
And I wonder, like, if that or Maxwell Silverhammer came out first.
Okay,
Because I could see that inspiring songs like that.
Okay, yeah. What
Right.
about any of the big names? You know, like you get Leonard Cohen, John Prine.
I love Leonard Cohen. John Prine, I actually listened to recently, so
Yeah.
I didn't, he wasn't like a growing up artist.
Dylan.
I love Dylan. Always
Van
grew up
Morrison.
with him. Van Morrison, another band I just never got that into. I don't
Get
know
into
why.
get into the songwriting. Get into
Yeah,
the
I
writing.
really should.
Yeah.
Bruce
Jackson
Springsteen.
Brown.
He's
Jackson
definitely
Brown.
up there.
So many of them.
Yeah.
You're going to continue to write?
Jethro Tull.
Jethro Tull.
Yeah, one of those recognizable like
Rip right
five to
off
five
the bat.
notes ever written.
There you go.
Yeah. Also, there's also when I'm writing music, I try not to listen too much to music to inspire me.
Okay.
You know, watching a movie that hits, or anything, but and I do that with everything. If
Do you
I'm writing
read?
a
Like,
movie,
do you do a lot of reading?
Reading, I try to. I'm a bad reader, but I always have a book I'm reading.
Okay. What are you
but it'll
reading
take
now?
me a few months.
Any idea what you're reading now?
So I'm reading through the Golden Compass series, which is this like
Don't know.
kids fantasy book thing, but it's
Okay.
like the best of that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And then next I'm reading Lord of the Rings because
for
I
you.
can't call myself a fan and have never
Okay.
read the
Right.
book.
Right.
Or at least listened to the audiobook.
You also had a show here. You get involved in some of the shows here. Do you still do them?
I've done a few things here. So I did like a nerdy podcast with my friends that
Yeah.
one of our videos got like over 1 million views on TikTok, which was the craziest thing that's
Yeah.
ever happened to me. And then we also I did like a local civics show, or just teaching people
Mm-hmm.
how like civics works. And that got first place at the Local Access Awards, which includes New York, which is actually
New York
kinda
and New
difficult.
Jersey.
So yeah, I still try to do stuff, and I'm still filming and stuff. But I also like doing the music stuff, so I'm tempted to lean more in that direction.
Cool. So, anything else that we didn't talk of that you think we should, or anything else that you want to bring up? I think we'll talk a little bit about, just give a quick little blurb about the people whom you work with. You have a great team here.
Yes.
Talk about the team you work with.
So we have a bunch of people that. Sorry. And as I was talking about, it's really nice that you can kind of rely on people.
Yes.
So like I've been doing a lot of the scheduling, and we just got a new employee, Caleb, who is.
Yep.
Learned it in like a week.
Yeah.
Like I'm still impressed, and he is like, I think you could do this better and this better, and it's redone everything, and so everything's more streamlined.
Yeah.
Caroline, who is both a videographer and an editor.
Yep.
Same thing in both cases. It's really nice to be able to hand a camera to somebody and be like, hey, I just trust you, film it.
Who's in the booth today?
In the booth today, we have Caleb, and we also have Amber, who is also an
Amber.
amazing videographer and editor. She's also been doing a lot of our social media and graphics and stuff. So it's cool to have everybody who can do everything, but they have that like thing that they're very, very good at. So it's nice that we can lean on her being able to
Right.
do like the graphic
Right.
design and that kind of stuff. And yeah.
You're an incredible team, and as I say, it's always a pleasure for me to come in here. Now, I know that you're not a social media guy.
No, I got rid
Which
of
is
most.
surprising for me. You used to be, but you got off of social media.
Yeah, it got a bit much.
Well, if you're going to do your music and you want to get the names and you want to get everything out there, you need to get onto social media
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah, I'll create an account that's I won't follow people.
And,
I
and
won't look at stuff.
use an alias. Instead of
Yeah.
using Luke Asack, use a professional name or,
I always wanted my stage name to be Declan McManus.
Declan McManus. I like it.
It's Elvis Costello's real name.
Really?
And so I just always thought that'd be a funny stage name.
I think one of the best names that I know of an alias is his name is Toneless Stringbender.
Ooh,
Isn't it
like
a great
that.
name?
That's a great name.
Toneless, if you're watching. Toneless Stringbender.
Keep those strings bent.
There you go. But Luke, this has been a pleasure. This has really been a pleasure. And there's one thing that, probably one thing left to ask you before we go is who's on your Mount Rushmore?
Oh, you came back with it. I probably named a lot of them because
Well,
I'll cheat. And I've been thinking about I'll cheat.
Go for it.
I'm doing only rock bands.
Okay.
And I'm doing bands.
Yep.
I'd have to put the Beatles
Yep.
and the Kinks.
Yep.
if we're talking about like really who, because the founding fathers, it's about who changed the country.
Yep.
So we're talking about that. You need Lead Belly.
Lead Belly.
He's the
There you
father
go.
of rock and
Lead Belly.
roll.
Yeah.
And then I need a fourth. I'm gonna go with the incomparable Frank T. Walsh.
No. Go ahead. Who's your fourth?
Honestly, I hate to say it, but it's got to be Dylan.
Dylan.
Yeah,
Good
he
choice.
really. I mean, Lead Belly became rock and roll music
There you
through
go.
him.
There you go.
The Animals recorded the House of the Rising Sun.
Yep.
A day after they opened for
Right.
for Dylan, because
Exactly.
the audience just went crazy.
There you go.
Yeah, you see the history there.
Well, if I had to do my my Mount Rushmore of smack, you would certainly be the first name that would come out of my mouth.
I appreciate it.
And Luke, it's also been a pleasure here, to have the opportunity to do this. Like I say,
This has been fun,
I've known you
guys.
for 5 years, but now I know you a little bit better. And as always, I wouldn't be able to do this show without the people here at Smack,
Yes.
including you, Anya, all the people that you had mentioned, Caroline,
Yes.
Caleb, and Anya steering the ship.
And Amber.
And Amber, of course. And also want to thank all the people who supported. We have a big studio audience today
Yes.
here.
Thank you all
A
for
big studio audience here today, and I can't thank them enough. And folks at home, I want to thank you. And as always, I'm going to end it with what I usually do is go out and support your musicians. More and more places are closing down. We had a couple of more closures over the last couple of weeks. Music is kind of, losing the place to go out and play. So do what you can to go out and support your musicians. And I want to thank you for supporting this show. I want to thank once again Luke. I want to thank everybody here in the studio audience. And as always, I am Frank Walsh. Tune in and tune on.